Welcome back. It's Geeks on Trial Sidebar.
Thank you.
I'm here, Jonathan, and Ivan is here too. You're here because you're a patron and you love us and you're giving us $5 a month, and that's so sweet of you. And we are going to spin the wheel and get a new random topic about something, and I'm excited because it's always something fun.
Sure.
Oh, that's your job to spin the wheel.
You want me to spin the wheel? You didn't.
I'd prefer it if you did.
Here we go. We're going to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel.
It's a lot quicker than last time. Okay. Oh.
What's the question?
If you could have one superpower, what would you pick? What would it be? What would be your super?
This is a real classic.
It is.
This is the classic question.
It is. And I want to know why.
Does James Lipton ask this? Is that one of his 7?
Oh.
Well, that's what we're next. Yeah, add that to the wheel.
What's your favorite curse word?
Curse word. What does he say? Curse word. Least favorite curse? Isn't that? Doesn't he have a
favorite word?
Word?
What would God say to you at the gates, or like something weird? Like
yeah, that's right. I forget what the other ones are.
He's dead now. Right?
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Did anybody ever do him?
How many James Liptons die every year in the United States? I'm gonna look that up. No. Did anyone ever?
I wonder if anyone like switched roles with him.
Asked him that question. I think that's happened.
Or he just puts a mirror in front of himself and.
I don't know.
That's a different episode.
Superpowers.
Which ones would you have you thought about this?
You can only have one. Sure, I have.
Something you have?
Sure, of
every
course.
Day.
I've thought about this. Sure. I mean,
I've never thought about it. That's a lot.
This is a hard question. There's so many possibilities.
There are, because for me, it's like it depends on the type of what am I?
Right, and the question is: are you picking a superpower for practicality or for what's more fun?
Also, is this the only one you get?
That's it. You get one.
And that's it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, there's not a re-up down the line.
Well, you don't know. You can firmware, like you upgrade it. You get an extra power. Swap them out.
See, here's the thing. What the superhero that is my favorite and that I would most like to be is Spider-Man. However, I can't really. You cannot boil his powers down to just one thing because it's really 3 main components.
Right. And
it's strength, web slinging, which I know technically that's not a power, but I would take it from the version where it is a power. Don't worry about it.
I just don't care.
And then spider sense.
So I would say spider sense, I guess, is the superpower. Because strength is
pretty
you can
important.
Get pretty buff right now if you just tried.
But not as proportionally strong as a spider. Oh, and also sticking to walls. That's also one.
Oh, I thought
he's got like a suite of powers. It's not fair.
So I guess Spider-Man would be one power?
That's cheating. No, I don't think you could say that. But also I think I would say, web slinging. Right. But I think you need the strength because otherwise if you're you might swing wrong and break your neck or something.
I could
fall.
Swing, but I'm just going to lay here.
Spider sense, I think you're right, is the key one.
Right.
You could almost get away with a lot. I'm assuming whatever power I have, I'm going to become a vigilante and I'm out on the street. Right. I'm kick-ass. I'm doing my thing.
But I also feel like whatever we choose, we're going to love it for a year. Then after a while, it's going to be like, I haven't used it in a while. I haven't done anything with it.
I don't know. Well, it's
like the new console. Yeah,
look, there's the obvious one, right?
Flying.
That's the obvious one.
But you think about, I've seen some things written up about this because the internet's full of nerds. You're flying. There's shit's getting stuck in your face. You're getting bugs. You can't breathe that far up. Is it just flying, or does it come with I can breathe in certain atmospheres? My body's protected from the colds. There's
right.
Airplanes have technology.
Yeah, but even
if my doors stay on.
But I think all of that might be worth it. Even if you could only stand it for 10 minutes a day.
Or only fly down the streets.
Just to be able to do it, I think it would be so fun that it'd be worth the downsides.
Would be fun for me for photography.
Get
that damn good angle?
You'd get a job on every film set.
Yep.
We don't need a drone.
Nope.
Get that guy to fly up there.
Changing a light bulb, you wouldn't need a ladder.
That's the other thing. If I could, honestly, I don't really need flight. All I need is hovering. If I can just, instead of standing in line, if I can just go, and float, be comfortable.
Because it's lazy.
Yeah, just float around from place to place, never walk again.
If you had flight, you wouldn't need to get on an airplane.
But you don't need flight. You can, if you want travel, teleportation is what you want.
Is that a superpower?
That's a superpower, of course.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
Nightcrawler. There's plenty of superheroes that do it. Okay. Yes. Anything you can make up is a superpower.
Because then there's also
all
invisibility would be cool. But I feel like my thing,
Go on. Yes. What are you doing with that? What are you doing
locker
with
rooms. No, but that's high school. Like people will be like in the 50s, like, oh,
You're doing it in a high school?
Well, hold on now. When I was in high school, no, because invisibility would be cool because it's like, oh, I could like dip out of areas. I could leave a party if I didn't, like
that's villain shit.
But that's
you're
what-
gonna
that's what I
rob
was
a
gonna get
bank
to.
or something.
There's nothing good that comes from being invisible. You're going to use it to spy on people. You're going to use it to dip or steal things.
Yeah.
Like invisibility never like.
If we're talking about,
well.
I'm gonna fight crime with this power.
Yeah. Oh, invincibility.
Yeah. Well, how are we defining that? Like, can your bones
health
get
meter
broken?
Never goes down.
You're like are you like metallic like Colossus or bulletproof like Luke Cage?
Ooh.
Or Superman is basically not technically invincible but pretty close?
I would say Superman. Like, yeah, there is some things that can. I mean, you can't be killed. I would say no.
Right, but you age. You do age and die.
Yeah,
You're
right.
not looking for immortality.
No, but I am looking for like it would be part of like, oh, you also can Superman get cancer?
I don't know. I don't know if he can. But that's probably a pretty if we're talking about crime fighting, strength is probably on the top of the list. Although I think like if your spider sense is good enough that you can react, that you can just dodge every bullet anyway and every punch and no one can ever get you.
But I'm also thinking about this. Like, I guess pick two.
That's more fun, maybe. Oh, we're picking two now. It's a Panera combo.
Use your apple. And
I want a biggie bag. What's the 4 for 4? I want 4 for 4.
Well, pick one for like, I'm not going to use superpower. Like, I'm not going to like use this for good.
You
like
get
my
a
everyday.
okay.
My everyday I'm a super.
We need the chart of what each power is worth, and you get like one major one and one minor one to go with.
Because like my like lazy, I just want to would be flight.
Sure.
I'm just gonna go out because like you can do a lot of good with flight, but it's very like it's a selfish superpower because like I'll just fly to ShopRite. I'll just fly to I'll just lounge in line. I don't know what you're.
What about psychic powers? What about reading minds?
I don't want that. I don't want to know what you're thinking about me right now.
Yeah. How about this one? You know what might be a great one? Morphing power, like Mystique. You can make yourself look like anything.
Oh, anything.
So you could turn into a person, or you could turn into a chair. You could disguise yourself.
Like the Wonder Twin powers.
That's a good, because that you could use for goodness. You could use it to fuck with shit.
Yep.
You could be a creep. You could just hide.
Because like it's like plain sight
Stealthy.
invisibility.
That's pretty good. That's
like
a pretty good one.
Like sneak into like a museum and steal something, you turn yourself into a statue.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then there's like all the other. It's like all the ones that have to deal with vision and hiding are all creep, like X-ray vision. It's like you're not.
Yeah. Do we land on one? Is there one that you'd pick?
Flight.
Flight.
Like superpower. I'm not going to use that.
I mean, all I want is to. I'm definitely becoming a superhero. If I have a power, I'm going to be a superhero.
But it's not going to change your like brain and your well. You're still just going to like chill at home with the superpower.
No, not if I have super strength.
Yeah.
I'm going to go fight bad guys. Yeah.
All right. But then, like, what would you list a bunch of like what other superpowers?
I mean, think of the X-Men. Like they have everything. Like I said, teleportation, heat, laser eyes, or concussive blast from your eyes.
See, teleportation would be dope too because, like, flight you can like go up, but like teleportation you can go anywhere, anytime.
Teleportation is very high on the list. Especially if you can like bring someone else with you.
Right.
If it's just you, it's a bit lonelier. But what if you're just like, I want Chinese food. You're in China.
Right.
Get some fucking food.
How do you say that word?
China. Teleportation, I think that's the real best selfish
If you could
one.
bring other people with you, yes.
Because otherwise it's, but also, and like, can you bring like a suitcase?
Yeah. I would say whatever you can hug.
Whatever you can hug. What about like, you could shrink or be super
speed,
size?
I was thinking too. But
or Mr. Fantastic, long arms. Super speed, I feel like is not
What else can you make
useful.
long with that? What else do you think?
Any part of your body.
Wow.
Any part of your body.
He's doing what?
Force field or something like that's. But then you might as well just have super strength or invincibility. Like
Also, another one that would be cool, and I'm assuming somebody has this, would be like heat invincibility. like walk into a burning building and like that kind of
That
stuff.
can just be invincibility.
Invincibility,
That's the
right?
same
Yeah.
thing. You don't need the specificity
No,
of it.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like morphing is the most fun.
talking to the fish. Nobody wants that
Yeah,
shit.
animal communication, that could be a power.
Animal communication.
Doolittle style. I probably would go teleportation ultimately.
What is Doolittle style?
I'll show you later off camera. But I think it's like very close to me. Teleportation is just for funsies.
Yep.
Although you could use that for fighting crime too, because
could.
you could just like pop around places if you master it.
And like fast speed, like that's not. I don't need that because that's just teleportation. You're just teleporting slower.
Yeah, that's basically it's teleportation, but your legs get tired.
The Flash is he's a slow teleporter, and he's fast.
Manual teleporting.
Yeah, I would go. My selfish one or my everyday one would be teleportation, and your glasses. There you go. And my would be invincible.
Yeah, I'm taking morphs.
Morphs.
All right, we've
All
settled
right.
it. Let us know what your superpower would be. You only get one.
Only got one.
Unless
or
you cheat
two.
like we did.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, and let us know if you got a question for the wheel. Thanks for being a patron.
Bye.